Having a folding or fixed pruning saw, I believe, is an essential piece of gear for any outdoorsman worth their salt. Regardless if you go miles and miles into the high country like I do, and you're practicing bushcraft, or you're just a casual camper and you want to take the family out and you need to prep some firewood, when you consider the power and precision of your cuts and the speed in which those cuts can be accomplished, having a tool like one of these in your outdoor arsenal is a no-brainer. And obviously that's not all. If you're an arborist, these are essential tools for your trade. And if you're a property owner with foliage, these type of tools can keep the greenery at bay. Now, the two models that I've trusted for years in my outdoor kits have been around since 1900. These are the Japanese-made Kanzawa Samurai series in the 9-inch folding saw and the 13-inch fixed saw. But a few months back, I was walking through Home Depot and I saw that Milwaukee has decided to get into the game with a 14-inch fixed saw and a 10-inch folding saw that not only has one, but two. Oh, does it have two-stage? Oh, shut up. Two-stage. So that's pretty cool. So not all of them do that. They give you this like secondary angle. So if you have like a weird angle,
oh,
it changes the trajectory so you can still cut.
Wow. That's sweet.
Dude, that's cool. I did not even know that one did it. Good thing I flipped it. Wouldn't even know. I have a pretty good idea on their capabilities and their limitations to see how they stack up compared to my trusted Kanzawa Samurais. And because I always try to do thorough testing here, I discovered that one of these two saws could potentially leave you in the lurch. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. Let's dive in and talk about some saws. Now we'll begin with the folding saw since it's more compact, more cost effective, and therefore has more potential to be used in more environments. Now, this being 10 inches with that curvature and that pruning pull design, even though it is quad cut, these teeth are cut in 4 different like angles basically. These are designed with that pull. You can even see there with the arrow. So it cuts on the pull and then you just lightly push back and then cuts on the pull, and that's how you use this type of instrument. Now, most bushcraft outdoor saws are going to be between 7 and 9 inches. So that is something to be aware of. On one hand, this gives you more reach. They state up to 6 inches of diameter in logs. I've done more like 4 and it performs excellent in those type of applications. The one downside is like precision. So if you're looking for your saw to do a lot of precision bushcraft cuts, notches, things like that as you build things out, this may not be the most conducive, especially with the way the handle is also contoured. Great for ergonomics, giving you maximum reach and that pull, but if you need to like really choke up and use different things, it's a very kind of angular, not as organic as my Samurai would be. You can see there it's just a whoosh with a hook on the back. This gives you a lot more kind of angles and things, which allows you to reach in certain areas and do that pull cut. But if you're wanting to do more of a bushcraft activity, you might find it to be a little cumbersome. Now here's where things get a little interesting, because out in the woods, I didn't have any problem with this folding Milwaukee saw, but I like to also test out my folding saws on 2x4s, kind of gives me like a speed test, things like that. And when I went to use this saw against the 2x4, something really not so awesome happened. Huh, okay, freaked out and went to the secondary one. Let's see if that happens again. Look at that. Whoa, not good. Huh. Okay, I am fully locked in. Let's see. Dude, it is totally hopping. Oh no. Oh man. Okay, well, I mean, in this configuration, I guess, but now it's way more awkward. Oh boy, oh boy. right, let's try that one more time. Here's the standard lockout. I did not have this problem when I was out in the woods, but here's just a standard 2x4. It is totally jumping that lock because of the resistance. I mean, that, at least my model, that's a fail. That is a total fail. Yep. Whoa. Do better, Milwaukee. Basically a non-starter for me personally. That's me and my mileage. Your mileage may vary. And this is coming from someone who's tested probably at least a dozen folding saws from all kinds of manufacturers. Silky, all of these Ichiban's, I mean, Baco Laplanders. I've done Chinese made, Taiwanese made, like these models. Haven't had any problems with normal, Taiwanese manufacturing. This is the first folding saw that has ever jumped a lock like that. So for me personally, it's a non-starter. It doesn't really even matter now, all the ergonomics or what it does. I mean, it's heavier, it's bulkier than my Samurai. Anyway, the 9-inch folding saw. And guys, I want to break in here for just a second to thank our Patreon members. Their support, week in, week out, empowers me in part to buy tools like these Milwaukee saws to show you what they're capable of, what they might be limited in. And we just have a really cool community over there. I'm gonna have a link popping up, and it's in the description box below as well, where you could go check it out. And with that monthly support, you know that you're not only getting exclusive content, videos you're never gonna see on YouTube, you get behind the scenes stuff, early bird, like, hey, content like a month before anyone else sees it sometimes. And you know that you are helping me to purchase certain pieces of gear to then test out and then give good information back to you guys like I do week in, week out. So thanks to all our Patreon crew, and I invite you to check it out and become a part as well. So for packing out, I would have chosen that anyway. But now... and Milwaukee has a warranty, so I'm going to reach out and try and figure that out. But having seen this and never having had that problem with about a dozen other folding saw brands, it's just something I'm going to pass on. But now the 14-inch fixed saw, this is when you have a lot of work to do, either a lot of shelter building, fire processing, or this may be your career, or man, you just got overgrowth and it's time to bust out the big guns. So here's what's really cool compared to the Samurai. And it's Ichiban, this model being the Ichiban. This scabbard is bomb. So you have lots of lashing points for different aspects. You do a thigh lashing since it's so long. You can run straps through there, do a lot of different lashing points. Now, the scabbard on the Ichiban is a lot thinner, a lot lower profile, and it does have a removable belt clip, so you can clip it and take it off your belt if you wanted to and then put it back on. The difference is that we have a seat belt webbing here on the Milwaukee. You have a secondary lanyard eyelet there, so you could run a lanyard on there or a carabiner, especially when you're climbing up. For summer, I worked for my buddy who runs a tree trimming business. And so having these type of tools and understanding all the different things you need to do, having multiple options for lashing gives you a belt, gives you a carabiner / lanyard. The tension is excellent. I mean, it ain't coming out. It runs on this ball right here, and then you push it off, kind of that wheel. Now, here's what's really cool that the Samurai also does not give you, and that locks into place, is ambidextrous clip as well. Whereas the other one is removable, it is not ambidextrous. You take it off the back, you clip it on the front. So regardless if you're right or left, or you want to carry it on certain, maybe your chainsaw is on your right and your pruning saw is on your left, it gives you capabilities in that way that the Ichiban will not give you. The trade-off is weight. Again, this is definitely going to be heavier than the Ichiban. So if weight is something in man-portable carrying, that is the first thing that I noticed and the first thing that you're gonna have to be aware of. Now, as we go to the tool itself, you are gonna be getting an inch longer again in its performance. You're getting that quad cut. This thing rips through stuff, man. I mean, just like, it's not even, you just rest it, vam, and I mean, it's going, dude. So they claim up to, I believe, I can't remember if it's 8 or 10, I'll try and annotate it in inches. I mean, I was using this on the biggest stuff I could find, and it was just rip-roaring through there, didn't bog, didn't have any issues. And along with that, again, we're gonna have those bolts so that you can remove the blade theoretically and replace them when needed. I couldn't find these for sale. I couldn't find the blades for sale. Maybe if you contact Milwaukee, they do have their limited lifetime warranty. I don't know what Ichiban offers. Now, I've had these for years and used them extensively in these Samurais, but I'm not sure what their warranty is. Now, the other aspect is the grip. Both the Samurai Kanzawa Ichiban up here and the Milwaukee will have lanyards on the handles as well, so you won't accidentally drop them if you're up high. The grip, and this will use a Phillips, so that makes it a little bit easier to remove the blade if necessary, and they do sell replaceable blades for the Japanese made. You get all these cut-ins here for your fingers. You get a more organic kind of pistol grip on the Milwaukee. If you were honestly to ask me between the two, I would say that I actually prefer the grip on the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee grip just gives me a little bit more natural grip points. I'm not forced into cutouts like that. Not that these are bad. I've never had a hot spot or an issue or anything like that, but this just feels more like a pistol or something that I'm more used to and doesn't have all these finger cutouts that I got to worry about. So keeping it real, and this one's going to be 50. I believe these are like in the 40s. So here's where I sit with Milwaukee's new saws. When it comes to the folding one, it might have been a fluke for my model, but there's be enough of a question now in my mind, I'm just gonna pass. And when it comes to the fixed, if I'm car camping or we're not going in very far and I just want optimal ergonomics, best sheath option, and large reach at a decent value, then that's a big win for me. Since I pack in a lot and I go miles and miles, I'm still sticking with my Samurais. I'm still using those for the majority of the tasks that I would be doing. And if I had to choose just one, I probably would still stick with the Samurais. I'll have a link popping up over to my Amazon store through my affiliate program. You guys can check those out. It's in the description box below as well. At any point in time, you can check them out if you're interested. But I want to know from you guys, what's been your experience, especially if you already own these Milwaukees? Have they been working for you or not? And what is your favorite folding or fixed pruning saw, and how do you use it most? Mainly for like yard mitigation for your property, or do you, like me, go use it and you see massive value in these type of saws for woods craft when you're enjoying the great outdoors? Until next time, thanks for hanging. Check out the other video, subscribe, and always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared. See you out there.